Here we're on chapter 6 now, working with others. This is where we talk about, it's sort of a tie-in between our work practices, how we do our work, and it's a tie-in of the anti-discrimination concepts on, the fact that we can't discriminate against people and bringing them together. And in here we talk about relationships, diversity, cultural awareness, and all the strategies that we can use. Again, HC accessible content, subsection 6 of this unit number 2 on working in ICT. We get started here, collegial relationships. Collegial, okay, colleagues, relationships, the way that we interact with people. Everyone works together and everyone works better together when they feel valued and safe at work. That's the first thing. If you feel like they value you and you feel safe at your job, you will actually be working harder than people that don't feel valued and don't feel safe. And we build that value through our collegial relationships, the relationships we have with the people we work with. Now, I'm not talking about, a romantic relationship. I'm talking about a working relationship where you're able to work civilly with people, professionally with people, in order to get your job done in an efficient manner. Now, to do working relationships well, you need to build trust. You need to trust the people you work with and be trustworthy to the people you work with. It's about making sure the bosses or the supervisors are working with their team, not constantly yelling at them, telling them how bad they are, but supporting them and building them up and making them feel valued and thanking them for the work that they do. Not just the team, but each individual in the team being a valued member. So teamwork in IT. Effective teams are characterized in a number of different ways. Firstly, good communication, the range of skills they have, their common goals, and strong leadership. Leave that there. Good communication is paramount to everything we do. But your team is not going to work well if you don't communicate with each other. Likewise, a good team has people with different skills, a range of skills. There is no point having a team of people that all do the exact same thing in the exact same way. Okay? Range of skills is the way to go. But all of those people need to be working towards the same goal with a leader that is leading them. Why do we want effective teams? Well, it improves our productivity, the retention, the morale, and the customer service of our teams. What does that mean? Productivity, how much work we get done. Retention. Okay? Retention is keeping people at their jobs, retaining people so that they don't leave us. If you have a team of people that don't work well together, you're going to be constantly hiring new people because they just leave. You need to have people that work well together and they stay working for your company for long periods of time. That's an effective team. It also then improves your morale. It means people want to work at your company. People enjoy coming to work and they enjoy doing their work. And in that, the amount of service and the level of service that we provide actually improves. Example teams in an ICT workplace works like this. We have a health and safety team. We know about that from our first unit. We have management teams or leadership teams. We have teams of people working on similar projects together. We have support teams, development teams, infrastructure teams, and network teams. You can be in multiple teams. You could be an IT help desk operator that is involved in the support team and in the network team, because maybe you also are working on the network side of IT help desk. So you can work in multiple teams, and in one team you might be the manager, and in one team you might be a participant. Okay? Teams will improve the work that we do if we have good quality, good effective teams. One of the strategies around good teams was range of skills, and not just range of skills, but range of experiences. And I'm talking about cultural diversity. Making sure that we are including people that are different to us. You should not discriminate. We know that. We should not be discriminated against people that are different to us. We should embrace them. Who cares if they are older than you, or they are male, or they are female, or they are Catholic, or they are Jewish, or they are Muslim, or whether they're from America, or whether they're from Ireland, or whether they're from Iraq, or whether they're from Africa? Who cares about any of those things? The way we do our jobs and the way we succeed at our jobs is merit-based. That's the expectation we have under the law. So we must make sure we keep things merit-based and never use these barriers or build these things into barriers. Why do we want to have diversity? When you've got people that have different life experiences, that have come from different places, different experiences, you actually improve. Okay? The research says we improve the creativity in our company, the innovation happening in our company. We reduce the number of people leaving our company. We improve the number of people that stay with our company and enjoy coming to work. We increase the amount of money our company makes. We build, increasing our company's reputation, all thanks to having a diverse range of people working, because we are more relatable to the everyday person. So there we have it. We've spoken about inclusivity, diversity, and what makes a good team. We also now need to talk about who are these key people that we're going to need to know about and work with in our job. And the first is the vendor. A vendor is a company that makes or sells goods and services. In IT, we're talking, it could be a small person company, okay? Maybe a small company that's producing software, or a small company that does computer repairs at your local shopping center, all the way up to large companies like Cisco, Fujitsu, HP, IBM, Microsoft, Apple, whatever it might be. If they make or sell a good or a service, they're a vendor. These companies produce all sorts of different things, and we rely on them all the time for what we do. Effectively, they provide the goods and the service that we then maintain in our role as help desk operators. We also have government departments. We need to interact with these people in our role in various different ways, but usually interacting with government departments might be done by the top level people in an IT department, the managers and the directors of IT. The government departments work at federal and state levels, and they have an interest in IT. Why? Well, because they develop the policies around our industry and how to promote our industry. And there's been changes to the way that this is done over the last couple of years. And so we refer to the Department of Communications, Information Technology, and the Arts. Okay? The Department of CITA. Government departments, bodies that we work with to improve the promotion of our industry. Next, we talk about professional bodies. These are companies, professional organizations. They don't specifically sell computers or software or hardware, but their job is to look after people that work in our industry. To become a member, you usually pay, and it indicates that you follow this professional's body and you use this professional body to improve your company and the services it provides. We refer specifically to the Australian Computing Society quite a lot in our course, and we also talk about the Australian Information Industry Association. Two professional bodies. You pay to be a member, and the benefit of being a member is you get to say, I'm a member of the Australian Computing Society. You get access to professional development, you get access to resources, you get access to support, and they can connect you up with other industry bodies. Their job is to try and make the IT industry better. So being a member helps you to make your company better. We also have research organizations and publications. Technology changes so rapidly. We hear that all the time. If you want to keep up, you have to keep up to date with the research that's happening and publications that are going out. The news, the professional organization, the special interest groups, there's a whole heap of ways you can get this information. It can be physical paper-based, it can be online, it could be from a user level all the way up to highly technical levels. Most of the paper-based publications in IT are actually now on the web, given that we're IT, we should be the first ones on the web. And the major newspapers also have sections devoted to information technology to keep people up to date with the news. There are two examples here of publications that I refer to, TechRadar and Macworld. You should Google and subscribe to TechRadar and Macworld. You get a daily digest of all of the things changing in the industry, all of the industry news around newest hardware, newest software, data flaws, cybersecurity issues. It all gets summarized into a single publication so that you read one email and you know what's happening in your industry. Next one then is IT consultancy organizations. These are companies. They send their IT staff to go and work in other companies temporarily. They do that to try and improve those smaller companies. They might send them in as project managers or system architects or business analysts to try and improve the service that they provide. So there are examples like Anderson Consulting, PricewaterhouseCoopers, IBM. These companies send their employees into smaller companies to consult, to provide advice on how the smaller company can improve its policies and its procedures to meet the industry requirements. So we now need to think this last thing about goals and teamwork. We know all the people we need to work with are going to come from a range of different environments. Some of them are going to be external bodies, vendors, government bodies, research organizations, consultancy firms. We've then got the people in our team, the various teams in our company. How do we do our job well? It's easy. You need to have someone that is responsible, this is usually the manager or the leader, that aligns each individual person with the company's goals. Moving towards a common goal ensures that everyone is working together instead of against each other. In companies that don't have strong leaders, or teams that don't have strong leaders, people work against each other without even realizing it. And there's a whole heap of back and forth where people are struggling to get their jobs done because they don't realize they're working against each other. It's a leader's role to ensure this doesn't happen. And so leadership is something that is developed over time and ensures that people have common goals they work towards to maximize the productivity and the efficiency of their team, working towards that end goal of providing good quality ICT services to the people that are our clients. So that's the end of that chapter. Hope that one's been helpful. Again, a little bit of a chunky one, about 15 minutes there. Make sure you've got your notes up to date, answer your questions if you need anything. You know where I am. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next chapter.